Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Beyond the Game episode. Today, we have a very special guest. She's been with us for the past year and 2 months. It's a young girl, very talented, very good tennis, paddle player, and coach. So be ready for a good conversation, fun, and a great story of a professional career. Angie, finally, we made it
Yes, we
happen.
are here.
You've been traveling a lot for tournaments, training, but we made it happen. Between your travels to another professional tournament, we got a chance to talk. So welcome.
Thank you.
I'm excited to hear and to share your story because for me it's amazing at only 18 what you have done, and you still have a big road in front of you to achieve all your dreams. So let's start a few years back. Um, when you were 3 years old,
Yes.
you start in sports. So tell us how, why, at 3 years old, little girl, start playing tennis.
Yeah, so actually my dad, there was idea of my dad to send me to tennis. Of course, with 3 years old, it's not like a tennis lesson, it's more like fitness, it's more, something like for kids, like,
Recreational.
yeah, like academy. And just balls, like games and everything. Of course, I was liking it. It's nice for kids. But then it went to something more. I was growing, and the trainings and hours was increasing.
And I guess you had a coach at the time that saw the talent. When you start getting older, like 4, 5, 6, did you have someone that talk with your parents? Maybe
I
let's say,
switched
look,
a lot of coaches.
yeah,
I had a private coach maybe for 4 years that
okay,
was traveling with me to the tournaments and everything. But the story ended pretty bad. When I was around 14, yes, one coach saw me. She, like a professional Russian tennis player, she saw me and she asked me to go to her academy to train.
but as we see today, we have a lot of kids here. The parents need to take the kids to the practice, to the tennis lesson. So did they make a big impact in your childhood, supporting you to play sports? Because it's an investment in
Yes.
timing and money from the parents, right?
Yes, I think the first step is always coming from the parents. But then you need to be careful because maybe sometimes, you need to hear your child, you need to understand him, he likes it or not. The parents, they make sometimes big mistakes with sending the child for a professional sport when the child doesn't want
Doesn't
to,
want.
or not letting the child to do something that he wants. But from side of my parents, like my dad always wanted me to be a professional tennis player.
Okay.
So I always was having support from him. But sometimes in my head, when I was growing up, I was thinking if it's the thing I want to do in the future or not.
At 11, 12, you decide to move to Spain.
Yeah.
So, born and raised in Russia, uh, with zero Spanish and a little bit of English. At 12 years old, not many kids speak second language, and you had a bit of English. How was this decision? What made you think, okay, let me go to Spain and live there at 12 years old alone to play tennis?
Yeah, again, I think the first step was more from my dad.
Okay.
The idea was from him because we were traveling to Spain a few times during the vacations, from Russia, because we were like in Spain in that moment. And when I was there, I always was training with one coach, with Spanish guy, and he has a brother, and his brother has a professional tennis academy in Valencia. So we had the contact. And my dad just asked me if I want to go there to train, to play tournaments, and to have it more professional. Because in that moment I had the private coach that I told about, and I wasn't really happy actually with that coach. So I was like, okay, we can try. So yeah, I went. Good experience, hard but good experience.
Yeah, I was gonna ask because at 12 years old you were like very young, moving to a different country, not speaking the language. So tell us a bit, how was this? Like arriving in Spain alone with like what, two luggages, the tennis bag, and okay, I'm here to train. And I guess you were doing online school at the moment.
Yes, I switched to online school let's say when I was, I think, 10 years old or something like this, because even in Russia it was really hard to mix school and professional trainings, because playing a lot of tournaments and having a lot of trainings, I was missing a lot of lessons and classes that wasn't good also for the school, you know. So we decided, like, it was a common decision to switch to online school. And when I left, I was studying already online, so it wasn't a problem for me. I needed to spend time, you know, so I finished we had 6 hours a day of trainings. And then after that, I was studying also, so it was tough time for me.
It's good that you said, because a lot of people think, yeah, she moved to Spain to play tennis. No, you moved to Spain to pursue a career at 12 years old, training 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
And it's not for everyone. Like, how many kids wants to train 6 hours per day plus study?
Yeah.
So you're very brave to do that.
Yeah, from young age, I was always having sport activities and a lot of hours of training a day. So the 6 hours a day wasn't a problem for
Was
me.
not
The
a-
problem was that I never came back home and just without my parents, and I was never eating at home without my family, you know, and without giving a hug to my mom, you know, when I'm coming back home and her seeing her asking her how was my training, you know, that was the toughest time,
Yeah.
not the 6 hours a day. During the trainings, of course, my head was on the training. I was not thinking about the outside things, but of course, the toughest time is when I come back home and
You
I
were
understand
alone.
I
Yeah.
don't have my family close to me. Yeah, so that was the toughest time.
So you told me you moved to Spain and you stayed there training, but then you had to go back because of COVID.
Yes,
So when COVID hit, they closed the academy and you moved back to Russia.
to Russia. Yeah.
That transition, tell us what happened, or in your head, what you had in mind.
Yeah, I think when I came back, I realized that in that moment, with young age, one of the most important things that I had is my family. I wanted to stay close to my mom. I wanted to stay close to my parents, to my sisters, to my brothers. And I decided to had a tough conversation that I was avoiding, you know, for a long time with my dad about quitting tennis. So when I was traveling back home, I was thinking about it. I wasn't sure. I wanted to come back and see how I feel. If I want to go back to Spain or if I want to stay and I feel like staying home and with my parents. Yeah, so I come back and I realized that I want to stay home. I don't want to go in. For now, it's not. I think it's not the time. It's not the time. I tried. Very good experience, tough experience. I tried something new, but not the time. So yeah, I came back. I had a conversation with my dad, and
So you told him, look, it's not my dream anymore to become a professional tennis player?
almost. I was thinking about what to say for a long time because I was really nervous. I was shaking before telling him because I understand a lot of. He invests a lot of things. He put a lot of his energy, his money, he spent a lot of time with me on court, and it's really hard for me to tell
That you
him
don't,
that yeah,
that
I
you don't
don't
want
want to
anymore.
continue because I understand his part also, but I also understand for me that
You were not happy
yeah,
anymore.
I don't want to do this anymore. So the conversation, like in the moment, I was really nervous. I had a plan of what I need to say to him, direct, short, without any. After this, like the reaction was the one I was waiting for. It wasn't really good. I guess he was really upset, but he understood me.
He understood the reason why
He
you.
understood why. We were talking, of course, when I was in Spain, we were talking, and I was crying, in the phone with my mom because I was missing them. So I think he understood from one side, but from the other side, he also was really upset.
Yeah. Okay, then you decide to stay in Russia, and you're still playing a bit of tennis, more without that pressure to become professional player. And then while you're playing for fun, you discover paddle, right? In Russia.
Yeah, I think you said a good word, pressure, which when I stopped playing tennis professionally, having like that, 6 hours a day trainings, and I focused a little bit more on my studies, on myself. It's a really good word because I was not feeling pressure from anyone that I need to win, that every tournament I need to do good, that I need to train well, because if not, I will feel my parents upset again. And so I think it's a really good world that when I stopped the professional career, I stopped to feel the pressure, and I was playing for fun, and I was enjoying tennis even more than when I was playing
Probably you were like
professionally.
winning more than.
Yeah, winning more, enjoying, having
Yeah.
fun at trainings. It was much better. Yeah, and there my dad was always playing paddle, and I really liked paddle. When I saw the game, for the first time, it was in Spain when we went for vacations. But I was training tennis professionally there, and always when I wanted to play paddle, my dad was saying to me that I can't because I will ruin my technique, my tennis technique. So it was always like I really wanted to do it, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
So the day when I stopped playing tennis professional, I was like, my dad was going to a group sessions in Russia, paddle sessions, and I was like, oh, I want to try. And it was late night, because all the adults was coming for this group, and it was like at 11 p.m. or something like this after work. And yeah, we were finished like at 1 a.m. or something. It was a kind of tournament. And I always was winning because with
So you
tennis
beat
technique,
everyone.
yeah, like imagine a girl of 14 years
Yeah.
old beating adults. So of course, like the people, they were saying, "Oh, she's playing really good," but I wasn't playing paddle. I was
Right.
playing tennis
Tennis
on
on
a paddle
the-
court.
yeah.
One day, one guy who was like manager of the club, who was one of part of Russian Federation of Paddle, like Paddle Federation in Russia. He saw me playing and he asked me why I don't want to train, like to become something else, in
Yeah.
paddle. And there, like I was thinking, why not? Because I like it. I'm having fun, not professional, but why I don't try to train some
Yeah.
lessons, not just playing for fun. So I did some lessons. We had few more players, tennis player who switched to paddle, and I was starting to play with them. And after that, we decided that I think it would be good, like just to try to move to Spain also. And I think it's not just for paddle, but just like
To change the
in general
environment.
to change.
Yeah.
And yeah, I went back to Spain, but to another place, not to Valencia,
Where did you move to?
to Calpe. We were always going there for vacations.
Okay.
My first tennis coach in Spain was a paddle coach also. So I went there because I already knew him.
Okay.
And I went there but to train with him, but already with paddle, not tennis.
Did you see a potential professional career in paddle, or how was this transition? Because from playing for fun, then
Yes.
you're like, okay, this can give me more than this. The guy from the federation approaching you maybe gave you like more ideas. What can you do with paddle? And then it's okay. Let me. How was this at 14? Because everything happened very young
Yeah.
for you. All the decisions, professional tennis career, quitting tennis, moving to paddle. How is this change like?
In Russia, no one had idea of paddle. No one. It's just
Few club?
Yeah, it's just no. It's one club close to
Ah.
my house. 7 minutes from my house, in one club in Russia. So of course, so when they saw a girl, small girl with a lot of power hitting the ball very strong, they thought I'm playing good.
Okay.
But of course, when I went to Spain, it
Then
didn't
you saw
work.
the reality.
It didn't work. I was hitting strong, and they were putting the ball like in the angles and
Yeah.
more tactics thing. There, I understood that I need to train a lot, and it's not that good. How I thought it was in Russia. I started to train, and after 1 month, I played my first tournament. We did pretty good. For the first experience, it was good.
Yeah.
But still, it was tennis technique.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was, everything, but not paddle.
The two-hand
Yeah.
backhand straight to the glass.
Yes, it basically was like this. I liked it because I saw that I know I can do it, and I know I can do it well. So,
So
I
then
just
you
kept
start
training.
training,
I
playing
kept
more.
training until I understand that I need to switch to a professional academy, because it was a club, it was an academy, and
Okay.
I hadn't people like there were not people to play with, so I was training. But okay, now
You
when
need the challenge
of
to
course
play.
I need girls to play with,
Yeah.
not just guys. It's different thing. So I decided to search for an academy. I went for 1 week to try. It's an academy in Alicante, and they had like everything inside. A stage where you can live. I went there for 1 week, and I lived inside the academy.
So they had the dorms, like
Everything,
Ah.
food, everything, nutritionist, physio. Like you had a small village in this academy where you could do everything. So I stayed there, and I think
a good trial.
a good experience. Of course, the training was completely different. The first training I remember, I was completely dead. The main coach from the academy, he took me to train with him. Of course, he saw the power that I have, the
Yeah.
potential that I have, but zero glasses, zero, zero paddle technique shots. But I hope he saw what potential
Some
in
talent
me,
there. So you stay 1 year in the academy in
Yes.
the dorms.
Yes.
Then you move outside.
Yes.
But still training. Oh, but that's amazing. I'm sure was a great experience because a lot of people think when a teenager or someone decide to go play professional, they only think the highlights or the bling blings.
Yes.
They only see the big trophies, the gold medal, the big check.
But they don't
They
know
don't see what you had to do for 1 year, living in a small room, sharing the toilet with the other player. That was your life, 24/7, living and breathing about paddle. Do you think that changed or made you more mature after that? Change your perspective of professional career, help you to take one step ahead of many of your friends or other players?
100%, 100%. From young age, I needed to be a little bit more mature than the guys of my age, But that time in the academy specifically, it made me understand a lot of things because I was doing, I was living alone already. I knew what was it, but I never lived in a place with a lot of people, and I never communicate that much how I communicate with people on that time. I understand for me a lot of things, I understand that you need to pay a lot of attention for yourself, you need to understand how you feel inside, you need to listen to your body. So all those things I understand just there, just staying in in this thing of 2 meters, just there I understand that,
And you mentioned something very important because I guess you're a little bit shy. So to communicate,
yes.
And at that time, I don't know if you're speaking already fluent Spanish or not.
No.
So, it's a lot of challenges. It's easy for someone when you move cities.
Yes.
In your country, you know the culture, you know the language, you know the food. I'm not saying it's not difficult, but I think it's easier than for you coming from a different country, meeting new people, living in a place that you only see paddle, but you had your goal. You put, okay, I need to do this. And you didn't have the certainty that you're going to make it. That's the thing. At 15, 16, you're like, okay, let me try. But still, I can put all my effort, but maybe I'm not going to get there. But the challenge is, or not the challenge, but I think the key point is I will do my best. And you need to make sure you did what you had to do and what is capable of to deliver. Because if you go halfway, then there's no way you're going to make it. So how was that experience as well? You stayed 3 years in this academy training paddle.
Yes.
But it's funny that you mentioned that was a tennis academy with paddle. So tennis is in your heart. Tennis never left you.
It never left. Never.
From 3 years old.
We were playing for fun with friends of paddle firm. We were playing for fun, but you know what? I never missed it. I was playing and I was like, good, but I don't want to play again.
To play,
Yeah, I played half an hour, done. I'm enough, I wasn't.
Why you think that? Because you trained too much before, or you didn't feel like was the sport for you?
If I have a goal, I don't mix it with something else.
Okay. You
For
focus
example, in paddle, I had a goal and I wanted to reach it. In tennis, in that time, I didn't have it.
Okay.
I didn't have a goal to be, I don't know, number 100 of Russia or number 10 of Russia. No. In paddle, I wanted to go to world ranking. I wanted to go to I wanted to play the international tournament. I did it, and everything
Okay.
went. I like to have a plan. I like to have my days. Some people that are telling it's not good because you are not living day by day, but that's my way to live.
But I agree.
Day by
I
day.
think you need to have at least a basic plan.
Yes.
Days can change.
Yes.
We cannot predict every day, and that we are in sports is like a game. Like
Yes.
you go play a tennis or a paddle match you know who you're playing against. But maybe it's windy or it's
Yes.
very humid, it's hot. You need to adapt. Uh, it's like life.
Yeah.
Okay, you wake up today, you have the plan. I go train, I go have my lunch, take the break, fitness, physio. But maybe something happened in the middle that you need to. What are you gonna do? You're gonna be complaining, or you're gonna play a tournament,
Of course, yeah.
and you're like, oh, it's not my day, it's windy, or the ball is too heavy. If you keep complaining, you're gonna lose. So you adapt, play your best, and try to win.
Yeah.
Because the condition is the same for the
For
on the other
opponents,
side.
Yeah.
So I think all these changes in your life from young age help you to create this mentality, strong
Yeah.
mentality, to have a plan, go after your goal,
Yeah.
but don't forget that you need to adapt in the middle as a match. And then at 17, so you're in Spain, and then you decide, okay, halas, I want to do something else.
Yes, I was in academy 3 years, and I think it's a lot. And I think I took all the information I could take from the academy, from the coaches. I was trained like I was playing good, like in tournaments. I was doing good results, and I thought that I want a little better quality of my life. Yeah, my idea was to come to Dubai because I can do both here. I can play and I can coach and I can have good quality of my life and I can still follow my passion and follow my goals and reach everything I want.
Easier to travel as well for the
Yeah,
tournaments. When you move fully on to paddle professional and you start getting the results, winning, how was your parents?
My dad, he really likes to hear when his friends or something are calling him and say, no, I saw your daughter winning this, or I saw your daughter doing this, he really likes to hear it. That small things made him react good and make him support me even more.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you decide, oh, Dubai is my place. You did some freelance coaching
Yes.
in one club, and then you got an offer to work in Thailand.
I went to Thailand. My God, it was the first day I was with fever, with everything. Next day, but I needed to talk to the manager of the club. And next day I went to talk to him. He explained me the offer. I saw the club. The club was really nice, but it's not my place.
You didn't feel like,
I didn't feel like here in Dubai. I didn't feel like I want to stay here. I really like the people.
yeah.
No, it's maybe not now. Maybe in a few years it's a good
Okay.
opportunity, but maybe not now. And
So was that time after
Yeah.
you saw the club and you met with the man that you sent me the message?
it was in the club after talking to him. He left and I sent him the message.
Yeah, it's so you sent me the message. I think I replied straight away. Okay, let's do a Zoom call.
Yes.
We scheduled the Zoom call for the same day.
For the same day at night, yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I remember I was here in the club, and for me, the most impressive thing was like, okay, she wants to move to Dubai. We had a fun, like, it was first time that we were speaking, but I felt a good energy. Like, we talk about a lot of things, not only about paddle. And I told you, okay, Angie, next time you're in Dubai, let me know. Send me a message. Let's play a game. And then we meet in person. Then we have a coffee and we discuss. Okay, finish the call. Next morning, I receive a message from you. Diego, I'm in Dubai. I'm like, but yesterday we had a Zoom call. You're in Thailand. Okay, this girl, she knows what she wants. I said, okay, let's play a game today. I think it was like 11. I remember because I invite Alex, me, you, Jordi, and Alex, my Mexican friend. You're a bit nervous.
I was sick for 1 week.
Yeah.
I didn't play paddle, and we were playing a game. Straight away, I couldn't breathe. And I was like, no, please, not today. Yeah, I was playing horrible.
Yeah. But to be honest, for me, the game was just a detail because the attitude you had, I'm like, okay, there is no doubt. And of course, after we sat down, we spoke about what's your goal, and because at that time, now you're 18, but 1 year ago you're like only. I'm like, this girl, she's 17, and she has done so much in life, traveling, and she's very direct. She knows what she wants, and now she's in Dubai. Okay, but I felt like I need to speak with her parents, like she's 17, we need to take care of her. And of course, we want you to be part of the team. We spoke with Jordi as the head coach. I said, look, I know my decision, but she's going to be working directly with you, so you need to decide as well. But was no doubt. We spoke, like you had clear what you wanted to be a coach plus training, and we agreed, and I think we are very happy to, like from my side, I'm very happy to had that Zoom call that changed
Yeah.
a lot from 1 year and 2 months ago until now. Um, you brought a lot of value to the team. People likes you. Uh, with the kids, woman, that's very important. But I have a question that I never asked you this before. Why did you choose ISD?
Yeah, look, as I told you, I tried a lot of clubs. Like, I stayed in a lot of places. I played with a lot of people. I played with a lot of coaches. I knew a lot of, I know a lot of, yeah, coaches in paddle tennis. I know how people is. And when I came here the first day, I remember I entered. The first person I saw was Danny, and I remember he wasn't speaking English. He was speaking just Spanish. Then I saw they were giving the academy class. The environment, the place was really nice. I felt like home. I felt like that's the place I want to be. Like, I'll be honest. There are a lot of clubs that are like they made more for Instagram. They made for people. They made for
For the
come
photos,
photos
yeah.
and bye bye. This club, it's like you come here, and I very like the clubs that are focused on the thing they're doing, not on how the towels are folded in the bathroom. How the cords are, how the balls are good or not, the seats for people, the water, all the thing that you need to come and play paddle, not
Yeah.
to come and take a photo. So it is really important part for me because I'm a professional player, and when I'm coming to the club where I train, I want to see everything for me
Yeah.
ready. So, and I also very like the way you talk to your team, the way you treat your coaches. So the coaches, they're
Yeah.
it's everything very like a family here. They're having fun with each other. We are always planning things to go out together, to eat,
Yeah.
to have a lunch, dinner, whatever. Yeah, and also you have a lot of facilities here. I very like that you have physio, you have everything. Have gym, tennis. Like, it's all together. Again, tennis is close
Hey,
to me.
still
It's still
next
here.
door.
It's
We
still
still
with
need to
me.
play, huh? I still need to challenge you for one set.
It's always with me. Yeah. So general
Yeah.
people, coaches, clients, facilities, everything.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to hear because, as you said, we try to deliver a good experience. And if you had that from the beginning, when you walk in, you like already feeling good energy, good atmosphere helps. Because we know it's a difficult transition. Even you're very direct what you want. Moving to a new place,
Yeah.
you're new in an environment that the coaches know each other, the staff. So it's a new person coming
Yeah.
in an existing group. But I think you interact very easy with everyone. And a lot of people start knowing you, the level you play, and then you start coaching more, enjoying Dubai. We talk a lot at the beginning. We had a lot of conversations, because I'm like, man, this girl is 17. I need to, like, her parents are not here. I feel like I could be, no, I'm not that old, but, but
Yeah, you could be.
yeah, I could
You
be
could be, yeah.
your dad. So I'm like, I want to make sure she's happy here. She feels good, like, of course, business is business, but we cannot forget the human being. Well, we had a conversation end of last year. You came to me and said, Diego, I really enjoy coaching, but I believe I can do more in my professional career. I want to try. And I want to train more. I want to travel more, play more tournaments. What can we do? We know on the business side,
Yes.
it's important for you to have the hours of coaching lessons. But on the professional, personal side, you need more flexibility.
Yeah.
So we came to an agreement. Say, okay, Angie, I think if you want to do it, you have my support. We will support you as ISD for you to try. And we are happy if you succeed. We are happy to support as much as we can, but we need some commitment,
Yeah.
right, from both sides. Cannot be only one side giving,
Yeah.
not getting anything back. And I think was a good decision for both sides. I see you happier, you playing better, you training more, You come to give lessons, you're happier as well, like more energy. And after that, you won 2 titles in a row. So well done.
Yeah,
Was a good 2 weeks. Was in Thailand, no?
in Thailand.
So see how life is crazy because you went to Thailand, you didn't want to stay there, come to Dubai. After 1 year working, training in Dubai, you go back in Thailand
Yeah.
and you win 2 professional tournaments. Life is moving in a good direction for you, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm really happy.
But just to finalize, because again, you're only 18, I want you to give a message to the girls or women in general that are into sports, either as a recreational or dreaming to a professional career, for the parents, because you're a good example that very young you move country, your parents support you. Very young you decide to go for professional, and the same time after a few years not to go for professional career. Then you went back in a different sport in paddle to pursue the professional career. So what message you give for young girls that might be facing what you did, or the parents that I'm sure they have a big question mark. Should I do this for my kid? Should I not? So the ball
Yeah.
is on your court now.
Even a lot of clients are asking me, how was it and how I did this and how my parents reacted, or do I need to send my son to play tennis or paddle? As I told you in the beginning, you always need to listen to each other. If there's no communication, there is no good relationship between you and your parents, between you and your partner, between you and your manager. You always need to have communication. I think that's the most important thing. Um Listen to your child, listen to your dad, listen to your mom. Try to find, this point, like, okay, you want me to play tennis, okay, but I don't want to do 6 hours per day.
Yeah.
Let's keep on two because I enjoy those 2 hours. Let's keep on two. I'll play tennis, but I'll also do, because I don't know, I want to study this thing, or I want to do also parallel that thing. Okay, so you find, the middle.
The balance too.
Yeah, the middle. For girls, for guys who want to achieve their goals or their dreams, listen more, to yourself, how you feel inside. If you really want it, what maybe not everyone has the opportunity to go, somewhere outside and train in the professional academy, but you always have opportunity to do it on your own. When the COVID started, I was training in the gym in my garage because we couldn't go
You couldn't go
outside.
outside.
We're training. My goal was doing how you say this exercise. I don't know in English.
Pull up.
The pull up. My goal was do one pull up because I'm very terrible in pull ups. My goal was do pull ups without the rope.
Yeah,
To do
yeah,
the pull up without anything. During the COVID, I did it. So like if you have the goal and
Yeah.
you have the things clear, you can do it. Doesn't matter the opportunities. Doesn't matter the money. Doesn't matter the
Yeah.
things you
You
have.
need to
or
put the hard
or
work.
You don't. Yeah.
Right? There's no secret or
Yeah.
magic formula. You gotta put the
It's not.
hours, put the work, focus, and believe in yourself. That's what you did, and you keep doing.
Yeah.
Right? Just to finalize, because you told me you are a family of 5 kids.
Yes.
So you have an older brother, you, 2 sisters, and
My
one
brother.
young
Yes.
brother. Do you feel it's important what you have done and what you are doing to motivate them to be active? I'm not saying for them to be professional athletes, but to keep them motivated. Do you feel you have a big impact with your brothers and sisters?
For sure, yes. Because my parents, they live in Thailand, and actually, when I went to play the tournaments in Thailand, it also was the birthday of my mom. So I mixed everything, time
a
with
perfect,
my family. Yes, my mom traveled to Bangkok to see me playing also, and we won there, and then I won in Phuket. So it was really important, this victory for me, because all my family was there. Same now, all my family came to Dubai, and we have a FIP tournament now in Dubai. So it's really important for me to see them,
That's
to
nice.
see them during the game, to win the points and look at
Look at them
look
and-
at my family, to finish the game, to give a hug to my mom, like I was doing when I was 10 years old. So it's really important for me. And yeah, like for my brothers, when I won the tournament in Thailand, my brother came to me and he was like, no, I want the same medal. No, I want the same cup. No, I want the same, I want to be the same. I want the people to take photos. So it's like they see this and they want this.
Yeah.
So I think
you're a good example for
it's
them.
different to see someone and to see your sister and to see someone
Yeah.
It's different, and I think it's really important.
That's nice. That's nice because these days it's very difficult to motivate kids. So
Yes.
you, family of 5 kids, and have you put in the effort, the work, and your brothers and sisters. I think it's amazing for your parents to see how your brothers and sisters can be motivated by you.
Yeah.
Because we know sometimes brothers sisters they don't have good connection, or one gives a bad example. So I think sport can help you as well to help them to guide in their life.
Yeah, but you also need to be careful because sometimes, like, maybe if I'm doing sport, doesn't mean that my sister should do sport.
Yeah.
Or maybe she can be the same, but I don't know.
In her career, in going to the university,
right.
yeah. But I think, let's say from 10 years old until now, these 8 years can motivate them not only about sport, but the focus you had,
Yeah.
the decisions in life for any type of career, right? And your parents gave you the opportunity, and I'm sure they give your brothers and sisters the same opportunity.
Yeah.
You wanna travel? We are here to support. You wanna explore the world, but make sure you do 100%. Don't go halfway, because if not, we are not here to support you. So Angie, it's amazing story. It's very motivational to hear. I didn't know everything yet. I knew a bit the challenge, but it's amazing that you keep fighting. Now to finalize, I'll give you 5 words.
Okay.
You need to reply back to me with one word or one phrase, what means to you.
Yes.
Okay? Tennis.
Past.
Paddle.
Passion.
Brothers and sisters.
Family.
Family.
My everything.
Next goal.
To win the FIP in Dubai.
Midterm.
Midterm is to enter to 150, to back again to 150 of the world. Because before my best ranking was 119.
Okay.
And now I'm 209, I guess. And midterm is 150.
And long term.
To be happy and to have the life that I want and that I'm working for day by day.
Perfect. Good answer.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Leo.
Angie. And congratulations. Thank you guys for watching one more episode. I hope you enjoy, had fun, and you get inspired by this amazing story from Angie. If you like it, share with your friends, family. Click on the button here, subscribe, give thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.